dear learners. Welcome to today's lesson. Today we are going to have agriculture grade 7. Now, today we are going to look at preparation of planting site. Preparation of planting site. Now, so first of all, we need to understand what is a planting site. That is the first question we need to ask ourselves. So, a planting site is a place which has been made for planting of crops or plants. So, a place that has been made for planting of plants or crops is what we call the planting site. Now, a planting site is normally made to a desirable manner to make planting easy. So, planting site is normally made to a desirable manner to make planting easy. That's why we normally prepare the planting site in order for the planting to be made easy. Now, so crops should be planted in a planting site that has been made in a desirable manner. So let's look at factors to consider when choosing a planting site. So when you want to choose a planting site for your crops, we have factors which you are supposed to consider when you are choosing or selecting the planting site for your crops. Now, so the following are the factors which you are supposed to base on. The first one, you need to get a place where the plants will get enough sunlight. So the first factors you need to consider are one, the crops are supposed to get enough. You make sure the crops are in a position where they are supposed to they can get enough sunlight. So make sure the planting site you are selecting is at a place where there is enough sunlight. You know, sunlight is normally used for the plant. The plants normally use sunlight to make their own food. So if you select a place where there is no, the sunlight is not enough, then your crops will not flourish well. So make sure the place has enough sunlight. And then you will also select, the second one is that make sure the place you are selecting is protected from animal and human damage. So make sure that the place, the site is protected from animal and human damage. You know, animals and human beings are known to destroy crops or plants. It's not only the animals but also the human beings. We have some people who are very funny. Some of the people we have, they may just pass at a place where they has been planted. You see somebody doesn't care. He just passes and maybe steps on the plants or the crops and destroys them. So you need to protect that area. You know, common sense is not common to everyone. So we have people who will not use common sense that this place has crops or has been planted crops, so I don't need to trespass because I'll destroy the crops. Others will even cut down your crops. Others will harvest before you even know yourself that the crops are ready. So make sure the site is protected from human and animal damage. And then number 3, make sure the site is it is a place where the plants can get enough water. the plants can get enough water. So water is used by plants when making their own food. So if it is at a place where the plants are not able to get enough water, so they will not grow properly. Then the last one is that make sure the plants can get enough nutrients. They can get enough nutrients. So the plants are supposed to, the site is it should be at a place where you will know that your plants will be able to get enough nutrients. Don't go to a steep slope where all the soils have been eroded away, the topsoils have been eroded away, and then you select that place for planting of your crops or plants. There just know that your crops will not be able to get enough nutrients. So make sure the place you are selecting is a place where which has enough nutrients for your crops to grow well. Now, let's look at now appropriateness of the planting sites for different planting materials. Appropriateness of the planting site. For different planting materials. Now, planting sites are prepared according to the planting materials you have. The planting materials you have is the one that determines are the ones that determine the way you are going to prepare your planting site. Now, this site is prepared, the tilth is prepared according to the size of the planting material. So the tilth is prepared according to the size of the planting material. Now here we've talked about something we call tilth. So we need to understand first of all what is a tilth. Now when we talk about tilth, is the roughness or coarseness of the soil. Roughness or coarseness of the soil is what we call tilth. Now we have three types of tilth. We have fine tilth, which is suitable for the small sized seeds. Those crops which have small seeds, tiny seeds, like examples of the crops which have tiny seeds, we have like the carrots, carrot seeds. These ones are normally very tiny. So when you want to plant carrots, you need to also make sure you have a fine tilth. Now we also have another example of seeds that are tiny. That is the spinach. The spinach seeds are so tiny, so they need what we call a fine tilth. So you don't, if you want to plant spinach or carrots or any other small sized seeds, you need to prepare a fine tilth, but don't prepare a coarse tilth when you have such seeds to plant, the small seeds. So that is the fine tilth. We also have another tilth which you call the medium tilth. Medium tilth is neither coarse nor fine. So it is at the center. It is that's why we call it medium. So medium tilth is for the medium-sized seeds. Unfortunately, I do not have any medium-sized seeds here, but maybe in the next lesson I may show you some of the medium-sized seeds. And then that is the medium tilth. And then we have lastly the coarse tilth. Coarse tilth. The coarse tilth is for the seeds which are, or for the planting materials that are big, the big sized planting materials. Like if you want to plant like a banana, you don't need to prepare a fine till or a medium sized till. You want to plant something like the cassava, the cuttings of the cassava, you don't need to prepare a fine till. So that is a coarse till. Now, from there, we look at examples of planting sites. Examples of planting sites, we have 1, container sites, and 2, ground seed beds. So we shall look at container sites and ground seed beds. So for today, we look at preparation of container sites. Preparation of container sites. Now, how do we prepare container sites for planting? How do we prepare container sites in readiness for planting? The first one, we need to follow the following steps. Now, so the first step for preparing container sites is that we identify the area where the containers are going to be arranged. So first of all, you identify the area where the containers are going to be arranged. Then number 2, select appropriate container for the following seeds. So we have 3 types of seeds. We have the small seeds, we have the medium-sized seeds, and we have the large planting materials. So we need to select an appropriate container depending on the size of the seedlings or seeds we have. If we have the small sized seeds, for the small plants like the spinach and carrots, we don't need a big planting, a big container for the planting. The medium sized seeds, we need a medium container for the medium sized seeds. And then lastly, for the large planting materials, we need a large planting container for the large planting materials. Then number 3, step 3, drill the holes in the container. Remember, we drill the holes to facilitate drainage. If we don't drill holes, the soils there will become waterlogged. When the soils become waterlogged and there is no proper drainage, then the crops will not do well. Then next, number 4, fill the container with a mixture of soil and manure. So you mix the soils. We fill the soil with this container with a mixture of soil and manure. So first of all, you mix the soil properly. After mixing, now you fill the container with the mixture of soil and manure. And then number 5, that is the last one, arrange the prepared container gardens at identified areas ready for planting. You arrange the prepared gardens, the container gardens at an identified area ready for planting. So that is how we prepare container sites for planting. That's how we prepare container sites for planting.